if you could also talk a little bit about, Dr. Was, maybe the difference between your third year rotations and maybe your electives as well.
The clinical part of the curriculum is essentially the same length as the pre-clerkship part. So the pre-clerkship is 5 semesters on island. The clinical part is 5 semesters or equivalent to 5 semesters in the U.S. primarily. Though we are also, I forgot to say, we're also working with, we're very close to signing an affiliation agreement with a hospital system in the Bahamas. So we'll have that too. So if you look at the last 5 semesters, you could divide it in half, kind of. The first half would be the required clerkships. So required clerkships are clerkships that every student has to take. So they are things that you would think of. There's internal medicine, family medicine, peds, OBGYN, psych, and surgery. So those last 52 weeks with the breaks, so that's essentially a year. All students will take them in different orders, right? So for the first 5 semesters, everything's prescribed. First semester students take the exact same courses. Second semester students take all the same courses. Once you get to the third year, you have the same courses, but you can do them in different order. Then when you get to the 4th year, it's highly tailored. So the 4th year, there are some selectives. So everyone has to take an emergency medicine or an urgent care rotation. Everyone has to take a sub-I. Most people will do a medicine sub-I, perhaps a pediatric sub-I. Then there are 19 weeks of just elective time. And that's where you as a student can choose to take whatever you want to take. So I would tell you those are sort of worth their weight in gold, because you can either take things that you might not get another opportunity to take. So like, for example, say you want to be a general pediatrician, right? So you're going to see patients in an outpatient setting, generally speaking, if you're going to be a general pediatrician, but you might want to take a pediatric surgery rotation or elective, so you can see what your patients are going to experience if you refer them to a surgeon and they have to, and those patients have surgery. Another way to use those electives is, every year I have a student who comes to me and says, Dr. Wales, I emerged from my mother's womb knowing I was destined to be a surgeon. And their scores may or may not support their competitiveness for a surgery rotation. So let's say a student isn't super competitive for that surgery rotation that he or she really wants. What we'll do is we'll find maybe not an academic medicine-based program, but a community-based residency program. We'll call people we know and say, hey, I have a great student who really wants to match into surgery. Can they come there? And they'll say, sure. And the student will go do an elective. And if they do well, they're more likely to be invited back for an interview. Or I have students who say to me, Dr. Wales, we're a couple. We're a partnership. And we don't care what we match into, but we have to match in Oregon or pick a place. So then we can make sure that they do audition rotations in that state. So electives are a great opportunity for you to take things you might not get to take again, a way to make your application more competitive, or a way to do audition rotations. So, and we help you with that. So we do a custom, a tailored schedule, if you will, for every single student based on your own interests and your own needs.